right, how's that sound? How's that sound, guys? Sounds good, it sounds good. Let me share this in the Facebook group. We'll talk about, who have we got with us? Who's with us here? One viewer, good morning. My hair's all over the shop. It's early morning here. We've had a drop and it's been a bit, let me share this, hang on. We'll talk about it. How do I get to my groups? Where are you, groups? Groups. 1 second. Who have we got? 13 people. Hit that like button, guys. It is early here. My family's asleep. And I thought I'd jump on and we'll talk about the debacle that was the Zed drop. And look, to be honest, it's not completely Zed Run's fault. With this much demand, it's somewhat understandable that things don't go as expected. Mason, you haven't got an email yet. Keep waiting, keep checking. It looks like you're in the second session. I got one email. I've got a couple of accounts. My brother's got 2 stables as well, and we got 1 email. We managed to get, well, I managed to get from that one link a 1 and a 2. But the prices, Z1 was like 40K. Like, that's ridiculous. Well, it's probably not ridiculous, but it's not the easy flip that a lot of us thought it might be. And the Z2 was about 20K. So that is full on, guys. Now, for those of you that haven't got an email yet, let's talk about that first. What you want to do when you get that email, you go to the link and the horses pop up after the countdown timer. Apparently, don't refresh, don't play with the filters. Or maybe you could refresh after the countdown timer goes once, just refresh it once, and then just let it load, and then go for your life. Because what seems to have happened, and this caught me out for the first couple of minutes, I was refresh, but there's quite a bit of data there that needs to load up, so you just got to let it load, all right? Because when I finally relaxed and thought this is all broken and didn't touch anything, they finally loaded up, and I was able to get a Z2. And then luckily for me, the Z1s were delayed and dropped about 5 minutes later. And I was on the ball and I managed to get one of those too. All right, so don't refresh if you haven't got that link yet. So anyone, give us a shout out. Did you get any horses? Did anyone get any horses? Did you manage to get a Z10 or an 8 or a 7 or a 6 or something? Or did you also get a 1 or a 2 like I did? Louis, you got one. Congrats, mate. That is awesome. There's a lot of disappointed people here at the moment. It will take a while. It could take several hours to show up in your stable, mate. But if your balance has been deducted, I would assume, like I'm assuming, that you're going to get a horse. Bit disappointing, Dave. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. One thing that I will say, okay, for anyone that missed out on horses, I am really sorry that happened, and I feel for you. But you now have a couple of choices. If that was going for your first horse, do you completely quit the game, you know, and just take a step back for a little while and have a think about all the potential and all the excitement that you were feeling in the last couple of days? And I know the disappointment sucks and it's bitter, but the game and the vision and the future that you were kind of excited for yesterday still exists. So, you know, try and hustle, have a think about, you know, maybe there's going to be a bunch of Z10s come on the market today at somewhat reasonable prices. Okay, you know, previously a couple of days ago you couldn't get one for like, you know, less than $1,000. Maybe some come on today for $300 or $400. Or if that's not in your budget, and as always, not financial advice, you guys. Not financial advice. If it's not in your budget, wait till breeding opens up, and I'm sure within a month or two, there'll be $50 horses to sort of get you in. Still no email. Well, that's a good thing, Paul. So make sure, as I said, you know, don't refresh. Just let it load. With Jamie, that's a good thing, mate. If your wheat is missing and you don't have a horse, no one has a horse yet, you can have a look on the roster page. You can have a look on the roster page. Let me show you the roster page, what I'm talking about. What is going on here? Hang on. I didn't really set up, I just jumped on this morning. If we have a look on the roster page, oh, shocker. The mouse is not working. It's too early. It really is. I should be in bed. Okay. See if there's any horses loading. If you have a look on the roster page here, you will see the horses as they get minted. If it will load for me. But yeah, if you, okay, well, that made a liar of me. It's not showing the roster page, but don't worry, the minting takes quite some time. Keep in mind, we don't know how many horses they dropped. Does anyone know how many horses are being dropped per section times 12? I don't know, but there could be 10,000. You know, and they each take a couple of minutes to mint, so it could take 24 hours for everyone to get their horses. If you got a horse in the first drop, I would suggest you'll get it within a couple of hours. But they might not be minting because the minting might put a load on the server, so they may not mint until after the next drop is finished. Yo, Razball, did you get anything? Did you get anything? Andrew, thanks for the help. You're sounding positive, mate. Did you get something? Lucas, yeah, I get that, mate. I clicked on, after I got that 1Z2, I clicked on about 100 horses and they were all sold out. Hey, Naira. Yeah, I got to go to soccer. I got my first game as soccer coach for my son, so I'm going to miss part of the next drop. But I've already got a horse, so, you know, I feel very, very lucky, very grateful. Transaction went through, but it says it's crossed out. What do you mean by that, Connor? Naira, you'll get a link. Everyone gets one link to one drop, so keep your eye on that email. The next drop doesn't start for another 4 hours and 45 minutes or something. You'll get a link. Well, you should get a link. Oh, Jamie, it's throwing a horse, a line through the horse now in my activity. I didn't know that was a thing. Where is my activity? You can't access that, can you? Can I just go activity? Maybe I didn't get a horse either. I can go activity, but it's not showing. Oh, hang on. That's not my actual stable. I'll have a look later. Actually, let me check on my phone. If mine's got a line through it too, or if it says I've got a horse. But yeah, what I want you to kind of think about is, okay, I didn't get one. Do I quit and leave Zed Run altogether and watch it become this big thing? Maybe it doesn't become a big thing. Or do I try and somehow get a horse either at the next drop, I try again, or, you know, keep an eye on the second-hand market. Let me see. Zed Run, is it Zed Run activity? Yeah. To be honest, if I miss out on this Zed One at $40,000 odd, I won't be overly concerned about it. No, mine still says. You guys see that? Is it gonna focus? There it is. Oh, you requested to buy. It's the top one there, 536. Reality Dose. Don't even know if it's a male, a female. I know it's a Z1 and I know it cost a bomb. Probably try and flip it, to be honest. Hey, you lucky do. You come out of there, you scared me the bejeebers out of me. Did you see me jump, guys? Come and say hello, Locke. You want to be a YouTube star? You're going to join me. Oh, what colour horsey do you want, mate? What are you going to call your horsey when you get one?
Starlight.
Starlight? You want to go watch TV? See ya.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, so apparently mine's not crossed out. I'll check the other one later. That was on another account, on my Stable Poseidon 2 account, because the budget was blown on the first horse. All right. Yeah, I don't know about that, Jamie. I'm not sure. Contact the devs and see what the deal is with that. Dan, good stuff. You got a Z5. The Weath is gone. Awesome. That's a good start. Not sure what the line through is all about. Matt, yeah, keep an eye on Matic OpenSea. If you Google OpenSea Matic, M-A-T-I-C, there might be some people starting to list Z10s. What the price is, I don't know. What the price is, I don't know. We might have a look at that in a minute, see if anyone's started to put them up. No, Rasbull, I don't have a line. Do you have a line through as well? I don't have a line on that horse. Yeah, I'll check my other stable later. Showing the same, stressing the, oh dear. Yeah, okay. Absolutely nothing for Steve. Geez, more people got nothing than got something. That kind of sucks. You know, they were trying to get this sort of fairness so a lot of these new stables would get horses, and it doesn't look like it panned out that way. It looks like a few people got multiples and many people got nothing. No email. Yeah, that's okay, Marco. You should get one in the next drop. Andrew's still waiting too. Nothing loaded, never loaded. Yeah, the old refresh caught me out. Coach him up. Yeah. Yeah, the prices were way up. The prices were crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it really caught me out, that price jump. No, Marco, that's a myth, mate, that the emails were not confirming. I had the same non-confirm email and it's fine, it came through, so I think you're fine. Oh, you got a Z3, nice one, Matty T. Paul Vids, once the Z Marketplace loads. I think everyone's scrolling down, so you could probably click the first horse and just go for that, but yeah, I don't know, I'd be tempted to scroll a little bit and just randomly start clicking. It's just pretty hectic. Everything says sold, yeah, absolutely same. Yeah, Andrew Stewart, yeah, I know, super disappointing to learn the platform, wait a month and then not get anything. But, you know, you have that choice to make now. Do you turn your back on it completely, or do you sort of figure out a way to get involved even though you didn't get the horse? 3,800 for a Z5. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they were expensive. The numbers that Zed are going to make from this Terror drop are going to be extraordinary, which is going to put it in the. It's going to be some big news stories and big news events again coming through, because I don't know what the figures are going to be, but they're going to be pretty extraordinary on the number of horses, and the value of total horses sold today is going to be very much so newsworthy, which will bring in again a whole bunch of people. No, Michael, you weren't supposed to wait on the activity page. Once you got congratulations, you were able to go back out. Yeah, I had a mate, the boy, yeah, the drop was bad, nothing loaded. I had a mate who was on the phone with me, same thing, nothing loading, and then when it did load, there was like 40 horses on the page and they were all sold. I was in wave 2 as well, Andrew. I managed to get a Z2, but they were so damn expensive that I don't think too many people, I think that put a lot of people off. Yeah, Andrew, you should get an email later tonight. Super Mapleton, yeah, I was doing that. I would suggest that by now the horses are all sold out in those drops. 1Z10, nice work. Isn't in the stable, it won't be in your stable for some time. Yeah, it was almost work. I jumped on OpenSea as soon as I saw the prices to see if there were any Z1s that were somewhat good value, but the cheapest unraced Z1 was 15 Ethereum. So, which is, well, to be honest, if you're looking for a Z1, it's not that much higher than the drop price, really. Not a lot higher. Yeah, Michael, same thing. You got a Z3 heroin, nice work. Yeah, I think the top end, the 1s, 2s and 3s, there wasn't as much demand as, say, the 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, so. Yeah, not if you've already had a link, Dave. I think you only get 1 link each, so. There are a lot of Andrews in the chat. Welcome, Andrews. There's a lot of Adams in Zed Run, like myself. Another Adam, and you've got Zed Gazette's an Adam, and there's a couple of other Adams as well. Yeah, okay, let's have a look at Zedmatic and see what's on there. Actually, we will use, let me grab a link here, if I can. All right, let's up here. See what's on. I'm using, if you haven't seen this site, here's a good plug for a great little site here. I don't know if it's up to date though. I don't know if this site's up to date, so we'll cross-reference with the actual Matic to see what's been loaded, but this is z-nucleus.com/OpenSea, and we can see on here, if we refresh that, Alex, yeah, mate, it takes a little while for that WETH to come through, so don't stress, mate. It should come through soon. Was it 47k for a Z1? Yeah, right. I was wondering why my entire account disappeared in one horse. Absolutely, like, as I said, I'm not that disappointed if I don't get that horse because I don't think there's much in it. You know, what am I going to be able to sell that for? Is someone going to pay me 60 grand for that? I wouldn't, but... Geez, the Z1s that are already out there, their stock just rose dramatically. In fact, every horse just rose dramatically. All right, so here we go at OpenSea. Are these newly... Let's look up OpenSea Matic. OpenSea Matic. Let's see what's been listed. Newest. 15 Ethereum. It doesn't look like this. Looks like there's only one horse being listed. This one, antivirus. What would 15 Ethereum be? Could be a Z1. Could be a Z2 probably. Oh, it's been raced. Okay. So no one's listing yet, by the looks of things. If I click newest, no one's listing their horses yet. Okay, so keep your eye on that. Some might begin to list shortly. Camilo! I had a good mate over in Brazil by the name of Camilo. A Z4, but nothing is... No, they won't. They'll take a little while. They'll take a little while to show up, Camilo. Alex Lau... I don't know what 10-4... means yes, I guess. How much would I lose? I don't know how much you would lose, Ronan, if you transferred 500. A disaster. Yeah, some would call that a disaster. I tend to agree. Yeah, guys, you can check your activity page. So if you go here, I'm not logged in, but this is the page here, www.zedrun/activity, and you'll see some people are seeing a line through their horse. And to be honest, I don't have great confidence in what that line through the horse means. My horse, let me have another look here, doesn't show a line. Maybe it's updated, let me see. No, no line there. I doubt I've got it yet. No, I don't have it yet either. So I don't have a line through, so check your activity page. If you've got a line through, I don't like that. I would be nervous if I had a line through it, but yeah, have a look. Is there a way to check if someone is botting? I found their wallet ID. There'll be people that will look that up, for sure. You know, there'll be people that will be able to tell which accounts and which people got, 5, 6 horses in each section, and yeah, that will show up. Whether or not there's anything we can do about it. Yeah, Kevin, the prices were through the roof. Through the roof, mate. I wasn't expecting that at all. And they still sold them out like that. So look, they probably got the prices right. But after, a couple of drops ago, I was kind of calling that they need to put them up. But then after 4 drops, I thought, well, they're just going to leave them under market value and give all of us a little bit of incentive to buy horses. But they're closer to market value. What does that do to the market now? What does that do to bred Z2s, Z2 Legends now? I think the Z2 Legends are now going to be, they were selling for sort of 1 to 2 Ethereum. You could even get cheaper ones for 0.05. I think now the cheapest Z2s are sort of got to be 2 ETH, don't they? Surely. They've got to be. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with these people that got lots of horses. I'm pretty sure, Dave, they'd be sold out now, each drop. Tim Sweeney signed up this morning, but no email still. You might be in the last drop, mate. You might be in the second section, so keep your eye on that email. I hope, fingers crossed, that there was no cut-off time. Like I'm hoping now, if you sign up and create a new... Look, if you missed out, can't hurt if you've got an extra email to just sign up now, and who knows, maybe you're getting the last drop for another chance. Who knows? I didn't tell you to do that. But there could also be, I'd imagine there's probably a cut-off for emails that they've already automated them and batched them and grouped them, so you probably won't get an email. You might just be wasting your time, to be honest. So if you've got time to waste, give it a shot, but I wouldn't be that hopeful. I'd say there's somewhat of a cut-off. Celestial, after spending 4K for my filly, should I race or just breed? If it's your only horse, I would not race it myself. I would wait until you've got a few more horses and you feel comfortable and maybe some offspring showing some talent, and then you can be somewhat confident that your horse is decent. But racing it and finding out that you've got a $40 odd horse, a roughie, when you've just spent 4K and you've only got one horse, would be just about as disappointing as missing the drop. Yeah, look, to be honest, the rate those horses sold out at, the prices seemingly were on the mark. Jamie, I'm not sure how they're going to handle that. Yeah, if the horse is striked out in your activity, I don't know how that's going to be handled. Whether or not they're keeping some horses back to sort of fill in those striked horses, or whether or not it's just they're just going to say that, look, if you got a striked horse, you get a refund. I don't know. I don't even know what the striked horse means. Michael, I think the low end was about 250 US, I think, for a Z10. If you jump on the Z Discord, you'll see people are... Yeah, the market... Look, the market for bred horses and Genesis has just gone through the roof, in my opinion. How long it lasts, whether you're best buying now, in the next day, or whether you're best waiting a week or two for the prices to sort of go up and then settle back in. A lot of people have second thoughts, you know, when they sort of buy and spend at the top of their budget, and they think, oh, maybe I'll try and flip this, and then when the flipping's not working, the prices may come down. We don't know. I don't know what the good advice is there, and you know, never financial advice on this channel, but it's hard. Zed coin drop, I think that's still on the Cottingham. I think the Zed coin drop, it's still on the radar. It's still coming in the future. Blazin, Chad Burns, that's Blazin, isn't it? I haven't seen you around for a while, but drop sizes, BS, I like the old days. Yeah, we all like the old days when there was always horses in the market. You know, there was horses in the market for 2 months and you could just buy them whenever you wanted. But unfortunately, you know, that was when there was only 200 players. Now there's, and of those 200, there was literally like 20 of us active. But now there's like thousands and thousands. So you could, I think you could probably put 100,000 horses in the market and they would all sell. And we don't have 100,000 at this stage. It's probably going to only be 10,000 or so left, I think, after this. Yeah, there you go, Matty T. Z6. Was it a Genesis or a bred? Just sold for half an ETH. Sitting on OpenSea 2 weeks with 2%. I think a lot of those are going to go today. Jared, I don't know if your phone's going to be fast enough, but it's worth a shot, isn't it? Ralph, you get an email probably in the next drop. It's about 4 hours away now, so keep your eye on that. Okay, let's skim through this and we'll wrap it up. I'll come back later this afternoon and we'll do another full wrap up. We've still got my brother's link to come. I'll be aiming, well, I'm pretty much out of budget now, so I'll be aiming to get something. I've got to try and get my mate who missed out completely like you guys did. So I'll be going into bat for him, trying to get him a Z6. That's my priority. On my brother, we'll try and get him a Z6. And then we'll see how that goes. Yeah, mate, Andrew, most people missed out for sure. Yeah, look, I don't want to sort of promote my breeding services in this moment so much, but to give you guys some hope, you can have a look in the description below, and I've got a link to my advanced notice breeding, and we are going to list our horses at really good value. So jump on there, sign that email list, and you'll get advance notice once we get our bred horses going. Yeah, also Doofy has slightly lower end horses as well. I've got most of the horses that I'll be breeding will be, I would say, from half an ETH up, because most of my horses are Nakamoto Z1s and 2s. But even at that level, we'll still be selling under what we believe to be market value. But if you're looking for sort of a $200 to $300 horse, then contact Doofy and get on his list for sure. Ross, you got a Z2, congrats mate. Were people mad after the last drop? Yes, they were, my friend. They really were. So, yeah, it's to be expected. I expected this. You know, we expected controversy. We expected people to miss out. I wasn't expecting quite so many people to miss out, but I guess most of the people that got horses are probably not sort of saying too much about it, and then all the people that have missed out are saying, ah, so it's probably just the noise from the people that missed out. It's a tough one. Got a Z6 and a strike Z8. Well, good luck. At least you got that 6. That's awesome. Yeah, the strike through is not good. Jackson, yeah, no one can see their horses yet. Wow, we got 74 viewers. It wasn't a Genesis. Okay, Matty T, you've done well there. Blazin', yeah, I got a Z1 and a 2. Spent friggin' nearly 100,000 Australian dollars, I think. Crazy expensive. I'm probably going to flip them, I reckon, because I'm uncomfortable with that price range. Yeah, I got lucky. So the Z2s were not that popular. Didn't look like early, so I got one of those. And then for some reason, the Z10s didn't drop for like 10 minutes later. And my brother was on the Discord texting me info going, the Z1s haven't dropped yet, just hang tight. And I had my filters all set up for the high-end horses, and then the Z1s dropped, and I just grabbed the first one on the list. I think it was a colt. I think I grabbed the first colt. I think the first one was a filly, and I skipped it and got the colt, I think. I'm not sure, Monkhouse, how many were in each drop, but 350 a drop times 12. It's not a lot of horses, is it really? It's at about 5,000. That leaves quite a few left, so don't despair. Don't despair, there is quite a few left. If there was only 350 per drop, roughly, where's the calc? About 5,000? 4,200, that's not a lot. I thought there'd be more. I thought they were going to go for about 10,000. Chad, the link will come. Stay tight, mate. That confirm email thing, I was doing that too, and it was saying email already in use, but I got the email. So you probably just haven't had your drop point yet. To be honest, they should have had a 1 limit. Yeah, I think they probably should, and they probably shouldn't have announced the 1 horse limit until right on the drop, because otherwise heaps of people would just have multiple wallets with multiple ETH in them. You got one, John? Congrats, mate. That's awesome. Dave, I'd love to get you a Z6, but I think I'll be struggling to get that one for me, mate. And it will mean, obviously, that I'll probably won't be able to get any horses myself, but that's okay. Yeah, if you haven't got an email, it's probably coming. Are the horses coloured already after? No, they would have been coloured when you clicked on them, but you probably didn't have time to see what they were. I did see a rare Misty Rose Z2 popped up, so whoever got that, congratulations, because I wasn't expecting to see too many rares. Yeah, I think the bright colours probably go first, so that's a good point from Paul. Like in the next drop, maybe go for the brown, ugly colours that no one wants or that aren't too eye-catching. I think the turquoisey blue-greens go first, maybe the poppy reds, purples. Don't know. Could be all sorts of tactics. Yeah, I think there's an advantage for people that saw the first few waves and now don't keep refreshing because your page has to reload all that data. So maybe refresh once right at the very start, let it load and then go for your life. Michael, with $100 looking to invest, you're going to have to wait till breeding opens and the horses drop down to that level. At the time being, the entry point's about 250 for Genesis, I think, and probably about that for a bred horse too. They haven't explained the reason behind doubling the prices, but with the horses selling out that quick, I think it's on the money. I think you can't say that you can't say it's a cash grab. They've got the prices right. They're selling out. The money that they get from this will more than likely a large chunk of that will be reinvested in the future of Zed in any case, I'd imagine. So I don't know that's the case, but they've created a great project. They deserve to be paid for it. Oh, I wouldn't be putting in a discount code, Connor. No way. That half a second that it's going to cost you could cost you a horse. No, Zahar, I can still see the whole list. I'd say they're all sold out. I'd say they're sold out, mate. You can have a click around, but I don't think you'll get one now. Dan, yeah, I think they could charge even more. Geez, those any Z1s that they've got left, they'll be, the floor for Z1s will be at 75k, 100k for an unraced for sure soon. Maybe. Not financial advice. It just looks like it's heading that way, doesn't it? And that's just phenomenal. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. If you haven't already, hit the sub button. We're going to do a full wrap up when we get all the news, any Z announcements that we get in the next few hours. We'll do a full wrap up this afternoon after the next drop is done. I've got a soccer game to go and coach, and then I'll hopefully come back and see the next drops if I don't miss out on any. Good luck with that next drop. As I said, let that page refresh. Be a little bit patient in the beginning as it refreshes. The horses will eventually pop up, and then just start clicking away and buying what you can. Yep, I'll be selling offspring as soon as they open up breeding. We're going to breed about 80 to 100 horses, and we'll be selling them at a reasonable price. So it's not the end of the world if you've missed out, but you know, I know the disappointment. I'd be fuming. I would be absolutely fuming if I came in like 3-4 weeks ago and I've been learning the game and patiently waiting and super excited, like nervous, heart pumping for two, you know, particularly this morning as the drop goes, and then, oh, it doesn't really work properly. You know, my horses aren't loading and I'm hitting refresh because I'm really excited and nervous to get this thing going. And I find out that no, hitting refresh is a bad idea because it's not loading. I'd be absolutely fuming. If I was on Discord, I would be one of them just blowing up Deluxe. But, you know, it's understandable and it shows how much demand for the horses are and shows how much future this game potentially has. So let it settle, have a think about it for a couple of days and sort of find out what your next tactic is to get into the game. You know, walking away, in 3 or 4 years' time, you walk away and you look back and you think, you know, you're having a beer at the pub and you're up there and you go, Zed Run on the pub TV and everyone's talking about Zed Run. Oh, I was there right at the very beginning and I walked away. I know it's hard to hear. Take a couple of days and think about what the next tactic might be to get you a horse. Yeah, Monkhouse, sorry mate, 2 drops in a row you've missed out. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Yeah, Jason, it looks like the prices were tied to Ether this time around, but they sold out in seconds, so you can't complain about the pricing. You know what I mean? It's hard to complain when they sold out in record time. It really is. So, all right, we're going to do another session this afternoon, so hit that sub button. Join me, I reckon, in about 6 hours from now, I would say. Keep your eye on the YouTube channel, hit the sub, hit the notifications, and we'll come back and we'll wrap it all up, see how everyone went with the second half of the drop. Once again, I feel for you guys that missed out. Hopefully something works out. And it looks like there still might be 15,000 Genesis horses left. So maybe the next drop will be the one where you finally get lucky. All right. All right, guys, we'll catch you in a couple hours. Thanks again. Bye for now.